is 1959. A 30-year-old man named Max Kurland leads his St. Patrick basketball team on the court for the very first time. 35 years later, other than a little gray hair, nothing much has changed, except at the end of the season, Coach Max will hang it up for good. Tonight, Steve Cashel shines our high school spotlight on Max Kurland, basketball coach, basketball legend.
Try and position yourself a little bit better. You're coming way over, and then you can't get back to that man. You got to have a little more confidence in him that he can handle that man. So you're just going to get over a little bit and then be ready to come right over, okay? Stay low, though. Stay low, stay low, stay low.
You'll hear no four-letter words during this practice. There will be no chair throwing, no temper tantrums, no in-your-face confrontations. Just coaching, just teaching, just friendship. That's because Max Kurland isn't your average coach. He's been a teacher and a friend to all of his players for 3.5 decades. And when Coach Max retires at the end of this season, that will be what he misses the most.
You remember games, you remember winning a couple, you remember losing a couple tough ones, but most of the memories are of the kids themselves, and seeing them grow and mature and still have a relationship with them.
Throughout the years, Kurland has never stressed wins and losses. In fact, St. Pat's has made only one Sweet 16 appearance during Kurland's tenure. He has compiled an impressive win-loss mark of 654 and 274, but his emphasis to his players has always been to do their best.
They take each year at a time. It's a different story. It's each year because you have different kids, and I feel it's their year, you know, and you don't worry about comparing them with another year or anything else. And if they win a lot of ball games, then that's great for them. If they don't, they did their best. They have nothing to be hanging their head about.
He's been a tremendous role model. We've had a gentleman head our basketball program for over 35 years that students have looked up to. That Max is not a win-at-all cost type coach. He really believes in sportsmanship and fair play and what's best for the students and what's best for a student athlete. And he really emphasizes that with his players. So I think he's going to be missed. In addition to basketball, he would be missed as just being a true gentleman and friend to so many people at St. Patrick.
A few weeks ago, more than 125 of Max's former players returned to the school for a special post-game party honoring Coach Max. A chance to say thanks and share a lot of memories.
Next to my own father, Max is probably one of the finest gentlemen I've ever known. He just exudes class.
Max gave us his car. I was the only senior that played on the team. We got in, I don't know, 5 in the morning or something like that. The next day, Max is waiting for us. By the dormitory waiting for us. He looks at me, takes the keys, and doesn't say nothing. We come to practice that next week. He says, Wilbur Duke, you're the senior. I had 4 juniors with me. He says, you'll be doing the lines, man, for the rest of the week, and the juniors will be watching you.
That was super. To see all the guys sitting in the stands, and I had to concentrate on the game and not be looking up in the stands. Otherwise, you'd be recalling too many good memories. So, and then afterwards, we had the party, and it was, very good.
Kurland will retire as the 9th winningest coach in IHSA history. But more importantly, he is retiring as one of the most respected coaches in state history.
The thing about Max is that he's probably the consummate professional high school basketball coach. He's what you'd want your high school coach to be. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a privilege knowing him.
Anytime you went to St. Pat's, you knew you were in for a really tough game. And he stuck to the basics. You pretty much knew what you were going to face. But it was kind of like Lombardi and Woody Hayes. You know, they always said, we're coming off tackle, right, now stop us. And that's the way it was at St. Pat's. You knew what Max was going to do, but he was going to do it so well, and they were so fundamentally sound, and the kids believed in him.
Friday night was Coach Max's final game at Old St. Pat's Gym. It was filled to capacity with students, friends, family, and alumni wishing him well. Coach Max is a man who is truly loved, would do it all again in a heartbeat, and has almost no regrets.
any of the losses you'd like to replay, but no, I enjoyed it. Everybody's been very kind and very good to me.
Now, Kurland and St. Pat's conclude the regular season this Friday at Carmel of Mundelein and then head into the state playoffs next week. And you know his team is hoping to give him an appropriate send-off.
Well, Brad Palmer's got a nice story tonight. It's high school basketball time. He's there with Max Kurland, one of the great legends of high school basketball in this area. And Max has got a tough assignment, doesn't he, Brad?
He really does tonight, Tim. But, of course, his St. Patrick's team is coming off an upset victory over Proviso West, the number 2 seed. Now he's up against the number 3 seed, Proviso East. But Max has been at St. Pat's head coach 35 years. And he's going to call it quits after his next loss, and you certainly hope it's not tonight, man.
You got it. And just hope it prolongs a little bit longer.
Well, you're kind of a Cinderella team right now at Victory Friday, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. We beat the number 7, then we beat the number 2. Now, we'll see what happens tonight.
And you're the number 10 seed.
Right.
Is it an emotional time for you and your team? I know your last home game at St. Pat's against St. Viator, a lot of well-wishers and all. Is everybody kind of getting caught up in this?
Well, I think that the players are used to with all the distractions. They're playing well, and because the whole year they were stopping game and giving me a present, and, so the kids had a lot of distractions. They learned to play through the distractions, and now they're just focused.
Sort of a farewell tour for you, and I mean, to knock off a good team and now to come in here, how confident can your team be tonight?
Well, I think they are very confident, but they know they have a tough ball game in their hands, and they're just going to give it their best shot. They win, they win. It's great.
Your own thoughts, Max? I mean, are you sorry to see the end come?
It's kind of dual. Yes, I am, and no, I'm not. Yeah.
Well, we hope you keep it going. If you do, you'll play Lions of LaGrange on Friday night. We'll talk to you after the game. And live from York High School, Brad Palmer, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Tim, we'll have Max on at 10.
All right, Brad. Thanks to you and thanks to Max. And I was playing high school ball when Max Kurland was still there at St. Pat's. And Frank Olendoner, yes, who was 7 feet tall. Oh, we could go down memory road for a long time on that one. I hope he does well.
Tim, unfortunately, we don't have enough time for that as much as we'd like to.
Maybe tomorrow night. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yes, we will. His 23rd career shutout against the LA Kings and 7th on the season. Max Kurland. This is the 35th and final season for St. Pat's Max Kurland, and his team is taking the coach's farewell tour to the max. The Shamrocks refuse to lose in the state high school tournament, as the professor reports.
Proviso East went on an 8-point run in the fourth quarter to take a 6-point lead with 5.5 minutes left. But Max Kurland's boys refused to throw in the towel. Eric Galati put the Shamrocks ahead with 45 seconds left, and they held on for a 51-48 victory to snap Proviso East's 15-game winning streak and give Max Kurland a shot at his first trip to the Sweet 16 in 32 years.
You guys aren't going to let Max retire.
Oh, no. Got to keep on a little while longer.
They are just hitting their peak, and they come out, and they won't be beat. We're not the better ball club, but we're playing together, and we're playing smart, and that's all it takes.
It's a dream right now. We're just riding wave. We're running high right now, so we're just trying to stay focused and get ready for Lions on Friday.
And as far as I'm concerned, Friday is just another ball game. And I'd be thinking, championship or anything else. It's a ball game. And what we want to do for the ball game is play well. Let the good Lord take care of the wins and losses. Okay? We play well, we did our job.
St. Pat's will be back here on Friday night to play Lions of LaGrange in the sectional final, and for one of the coaches, it'll be their last game because Ron Nikovich, like Max Kurland, is calling it quits at the end of the season. From York High School, Brad Palmer, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
What a story that's going to be, and I have a sneaking suspicion you might see some of it tomorrow night here on Channel 7. Ron Nikovich won a state tournament back in the 70s, so it's going to be great.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks very much. Tonight, a salute to the Dean of Prep Basketball Coaches. He's coached nearly 1,000 games at the very same school, racking up a long list of victories, and tonight marks the final game of his sparkling career. The sign next to St. Patrick High says it all. For 35 years, Max Kurland has packed the Shamrock hardwood, tallying up 653 victories. With his spot secured in state history, this coaching legend prefers not to focus on wins and losses, but rather his positive effect on those around him.
I don't look back on, the basketball part at all. I look back and see, well, I helped this kid straighten out a little bit. This kid is doing really well, and it's just the little influence that you might have.
I've been with Coach like every day, in the school year. He meant a lot. He been an inspirator, a teacher, a coach, and a friend. He's my counselor, so he's always on me. He's really tough on the greens before anything else.
When the ball goes up at 7:30 tonight, the gym at 5900 West Belmont will certainly be packed. A fitting tribute and a perfect way to send off a true high school hero.
It's kind of the high point of the career. You see all these friends coming back, and that take time out and pay a little tribute.
What a guy. Great man.
Thank you, John.
Robert Frost once wrote, "Nature's first green as gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down today, nothing gold can stay." St. Patrick's High School is the oldest Catholic high school in the city of Chicago. It opened its doors in 1861. Now, many people have walked through its hallways, but no one has shined brighter than Edwin Max Kurland. For over 35 years, Max Kurland graced the sideline as head basketball coach. He won over 650 games. He ranks among the top 10 winners in state history. His teams won 12 conference titles, 10 regional crowns, and a sectional while playing in one of the top, most competitive conferences in the state. However, anyone who played for Max or has been fortunate enough to come in contact with him know that wins were far down on Max Kurland's list of importance. He is an educator and an example. He's a counselor and coach. He's a father figure and a friend, and most of all, he is a good person.
You're coming way over, and then you can't get back to that man. You gotta have a little more confidence in him that he can handle that man. So you're just gonna get over a little bit and then be ready to come right over, okay? Stay low, though. Stay low, stay low, stay low. You remember games, you remember winning a couple, you remember losing a couple tough ones, but most of the memories are of the kids themselves, and seeing them grow and mature and still have a relationship with them.
You see, Max wasn't your typical basketball coach. He didn't believe in belittling or breaking his players down. He wasn't a screamer or a farmer of insecurity. He didn't need to be. He is honest and he tells it like it is, whether with fatherly discipline or grandfatherly compassion. Max Kurland truly coached for the kids. In November of 1993, Max announced that his 35th season would be his last. After one of the final games, 120 former players gathered to throw a party for him. They showed up to pay their respects and to say thank you. Thank you for the years of advice, understanding, and love. Love which all of his players and students could take with them, carry over into their futures and their families' futures.
He's been a tremendous role model. We've had a gentleman head our basketball program for over 35 years that students have looked up to. That Max is not a win-at-all cost type coach. He really believes in sportsmanship and fair play and what's best for the students and what's best for a student athlete. and he really emphasizes that with his players. So I think he's going to be missed. In addition to basketball, he would be missed as just being a true gentleman and friend to so many people at St. Patrick.
Next to my own father, Max is probably one of the finest gentlemen I've ever known. He just exudes class.
Max gave us his car. I was the only shooter that played on the team. We got in, I don't know, 5 in the morning or something like that. The next day, Max is waiting for us. By the dormitory waiting for us. He looks at me, takes the keys, and doesn't say nothing. We come to practice that next week. He says, well, Bertuca, you're the senior. I had 4 juniors with me. He says, you'll be doing the lines, man, for the rest of the week, and the juniors will be watching you.
That was super. To see all the guys sitting in the stands, and I had to concentrate on the game and not be looking up in the stands. Otherwise, you'd be recalling too many good memories. And then afterwards, we had the party, and it was,
He once said, when you play as a family, good things happen. He taught his players togetherness, responsibility, and a mutual reliance, which crossed all lines and merged at the heart. That heart was Max Kurland.
You take each year at a time. It's a different story. It's each year because you have different kids, and I feel it's their year, and you don't worry about comparing them with another year or anything else. And if they win a lot of ball games, then that's great for them. If they don't, they did their best. They have nothing to be hanging their head about.
Coach Max Kurland went out a winner in his final home game of his 35-year career. Kurland is retiring after leading the Shamrocks to over 650 victories as the team's head coach. On the ice now, the Blackhawks calling it quits after over 3 decades on the hardwood. Max Kurland has probably forgotten more about basketball than most people know. In his 35 years as head coach at St. Patrick, Kurland has led the Shamrocks to over 650 wins. But in a few weeks, Max will hang up the whistle and clipboard for good, retiring at the age of 68.
You can't believe it's been that long. That it's been really, it just flies by. And now they all come together, and you just can't remember, years, what year this happened in, what year that happened in, but you can remember highlights.
And there have been many, including 12 conference championships, 10 regional titles, and 1 sectional crown. Max has never led a team to the state finals, but that doesn't seem to bother him.
You start to realize just how lucky you have to be and how good you have to be. So I think it's a combination of the two.
And Max's former players are lucky to have him as both a coach and a friend. You see, not only does Kurland remember and keep track of his players, but he's also been known to help out in a pinch.
I don't know, being a friend, I guess. A kid gets hard times, and you can understand that.
Now, Max Kurland is the type of coach that makes you a better person once he's touched your life. So as a sign of gratitude, 120 of his former players got together recently to honor him.
That was tremendous. It was kind of the highlight of the career. Just to have that many guys that take time out and come back and celebrate a little bit. It was nice.
Those players raised over $3,500 just so that they could say in some way, thank you, Max, take this and go travel and take a golf vacation or do something, but thanks for all your years of service.
So obviously his players love him, the community loves him, and so do the students.
Well, everybody knows him around here. He's a great guy. He's probably one of the nicest faculty members here at school.
He's very friendly. He's like, outgoing. He comes up to you at lunch and puts his hand on you. How you doing? He'll sit there and talk to you for a while.
And how would Max like to be remembered? As someone who
kept things in perspective. That you didn't make basketball a job. It was still fun.
So Max says he's looking forward to playing more golf while vacationing in Florida once he retires. Now, St. Patrick fans really had a chance to say goodbye in style tonight to Max Kurland with a special post-game ceremony. CLTV's Peggy Kaczynski is at St. Pat's with a special guest. Peggy?
That's right, Bob. Actually, Max Kurland now goes out as a winner as they beat St. Vitus 58-47. so too is Max Kurland. Your thoughts on his retirement?
Well, Max Kurland is more recent. I'm gone. My days are over, but Max has done a great job here at St. Pat's, and he has a great reputation all around the league as a fine coach and a great gentleman. He's done a great job for the ball. I just wish him well in his retirement.
Well, I'm sure you have a lot of tips for him on retirement. I know you're going to make the presentation to him, so I'm going to let you go ahead.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to go. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Ray Meyer, once again. You may be wondering why Ray Meyer is here. He's a graduate of St. Patrick's as well. Now, 35 years after coaching here at St. Patrick's, Max Kurland has hung up his coaching shoes, or should we say his whistle as well. They go down winners tonight, 58-47 over St. Viator's. Max Kurland, now he never had the Cassie Russells or the Isaiah Thomases of the city. Instead, he coached against them. They had 12 conference championships, 10 regional titles, and 1 sectional. Now, they never learned how to play a man-to-man defense, but these guys did learn some other things. He learned to recruit guys from the neighborhood, guys like Len Bertolini, guys like Emmett McGovern. These are the kids that helped Max Kurland build his career here at St. Patrick's, and they are here tonight to honor him as well. As you can see now, they are presenting Max Kurland with some honorable memorabilia as well from some of the students, the teachers, and the athletic department here at St. Patrick's. And hopefully Max Kurland will enjoy his retirement. 35 years, who could think they could ever be in a job for 35 years? Reporting from St. Patrick's High School on the northwest side, I'm Peggy Kaczynski, CLTV Sports.
Okay, Peggy, thanks very much. We will go out to Peggy a little bit later on and hopefully talk with Max Kurland on his big night. Standing by the Max Kurland festivities going on. Max has retired tonight after 35 years of coaching, I should say. It's his final game at home coaching, and they come up winners. Peggy, take it away.
And Bob, you know, he goes out a winner, too. Your last home game, your last game here at St. Patrick's High School, and you go home a winner, but are the wins and losses all that important when it comes down to it?
Not really. No, I couldn't tell you what the record was, but it's great winning because it brings so much joy to everybody else.
Some of the teachers were telling us that when you got here today, you were a little bit nervous.
I was nervous all day. You'd think I was getting married or something. But as I knew it was a big ball game, we played them the last time. We lost by 30, and I figured I don't want to embarrass us in front of a good crowd.
Now, you've coached against some of the greatest players in the city, between Cassie Russell, Isaiah Thomas, but you yourself had some great players because you took pride in recruiting the kids that were here from the neighborhood.
Right. You know, I wanted the kids that wanted to come to St. Pat's, and that came on their own, and they did a great job.
What is your fondest memory of coaching it here at high school? 35 years at the same school. Not many people could say they've had the same job for 35 years.
They were kind to me. The high point is the kids that I coached. You know, they're just such great kids. And everybody's answer, do they change over the years and so forth? They're still basically good kids. And they want to play and they want to do well.
Never won a state title. Is that important to you?
No. Well, it'd be nice to be frosting on the cake, but I think working with the kids is the most important part.
Well, how would you like people to, now it sounds horrible, you would think we were at your funeral or something, but how would you like people to remember Max Kurland, the coach?
Being fair to everybody, treating them well, and I guess that's it. You know.
And you do have an unbelievable record in that in 35 years you never missed a game.
No, I never missed a game.
And now you look at some players, you know, who complain of headaches or backaches or whatever, and here 35 years. How'd you get so fortunate?
Well, the good Lord watches over me, I guess. You know, that's not my doing, it's His.
All right, now this is not, you're not calling it quits altogether here at St. Pat's, right?
No, I'll be around. I don't know what capacity yet. I may stay at guidance or I may not, you know, but we'll see what happens.
Well, congratulations. It's been a great run. A lot of people have a lot of great memories.
I appreciate your being there.
Max Kurland, after 35 years, is calling it quits here at St. Pat's. We give you our congratulations, as I'm sure many people in the city. Reporting from St. Patrick's High School, I'm Peggy Kaczynski, CLTV Sports.
All right, Peggy, thank you very much. What a tremendous story. Let's take a time out.